Hey golfers, on today's video, I'm going to give you some simple drills and talk about ways that you can fix your fat and thin shots with your irons. So let's get started. First of all, what we need to talk about is what is or what causes a fat shot and a thin shot. In general, with your irons, a fat shot is when players are trying to get too much under the golf ball, kind of lift it up in the air, and they tend to have their weight back on their trail foot. So for a right-handed golfer, your right foot. And so what happens is they hit the ground first, trying to get under the ball and lift it up in the air. And so a very simple drill that you can do to fix that pretty quickly is to get your golf towel, kind of fold it in half here, and lay it behind the golf ball. I like to start with it about a club's or a grip length behind the golf ball, and then you can slowly move it closer and closer. But the further back you have it, the easier this drill is, and then all you have to do is hit some golf balls without hitting the towel. So obviously that was pretty easy, and so you start to move it closer and closer to the golf ball the more you do this drill. And I would not get it any closer than about 1 inch to 2 inches behind the golf ball, because then that gets pretty difficult. And if you're able to hit the ball with it that close, then you're hitting it pretty well anyway. So that's going to correct your fat shots, and it's going to force you to get a little more weight onto this front foot at impact, because ideally what you want is about 75% of your weight on your front foot when you're at impact. And what that does is it moves your swing center, which I tend to think of either your sternum or your head, tends to move it a little bit forward so that you bottom out right after the golf ball. I talked about this in previous videos. If you think of your swing like a pendulum, that can kind of help, where the fixed point is either your sternum or your head. Now, if you keep that fixed point in the same place the whole swing, you're going to bottom out at the same place every time. And because we start out with the club right behind the ball, what we need to do is move that fixed point just slightly forward in order to bottom out right after the golf ball, okay? Now, a lot of times when people start avoiding the fat shots, they start thinning the shots, and that's when you hit the ball only. You kind of hit the ball right in the forehead. And so a good drill for that, on here I've put a little piece of athletic tape about 1 inch in front of the ball. What you can also do is take a golf tee, push it all the way in the ground, so all you see is the top circle right in front of the golf ball. And all I want you to do is try to hit that item, so this piece of athletic tape, as you hit the golf ball. And what that's going to force you to do is to stay down on it, because when you're hitting the ball thin, a lot of times that's when people take their swing center and they rise it up. It comes up. So if you think about that pendulum, it's when the swing center or the sternum or their head is coming up through impact, and it rises the bottom of the swing arc so that it only hits the ball. Kind of, a lot of times it feels really hard when it hits it. It stays low to the ground. There's not a lot of spin. It just thins the ball straight forward. So what's going to happen here is this is going to force you to stay down and through the ball. If you want to hit, break that tee or swipe that piece of athletic tape, you have to keep your swing center down and through the ball in order to do that. And so you can kind of do those two drills together with the towel and the piece of tape or the tee, and that will really improve your overall quality of strike with your irons. So give that a try. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you found it helpful, please be sure to subscribe and like this video. That would really help me out. Also, if you're interested in online lessons from me, you can check out my link in the description below under Skillist, and that's where we can connect and help you with your game some more. So hope to connect with you there.